Treasure. Hey, can discovered treasure produce litigation? It sure can, and that takes us to this week's case. Involves a case you may have heard about. A fellow by the name of Tommy Thompson. And Tommy was one of several individuals who found sunken treasure off the coast of South Carolina. The sunken treasure was a bunch of gold coins that was on a Confederacy ship that was sunk in 1857, and the money on the Confederate ship was being used to fund the Confederacy. Well, it was discovered, and Tommy Thompson was one of the guys who actually excavated the gold, removing it from the ship. But after the gold was removed, some of it disappeared. And the guys who had funded the excavation, spent almost $13 million in trying to get that gold, said, guys, we're not happy, we're not happy. And they brought suit against Tommy Thompson. And when they brought suit against Tommy Thompson, they did that up in Ohio. And Tommy Thompson was there. He was ordered to make some appearances, and guess what? He disappeared. He disappeared. Well, court wasn't happy with that, and this was, of course, a civil case, and the court then imposed a contempt of court sanction against him. Well, Tommy was then found, and he was found near Boca Raton, Florida. It was suggested to him that he return to Ohio and deal with a contempt of court citation against him. He did, and then he entered a plea bargain with regard to the contempt of court, and part of the plea bargain was that he would answer questions about the location of the gold. Okay, so deposition goes forward in which he's going to be asked questions, in which he is asked questions about the location of the gold, and his response was, you know, I can't remember anything. I just can't remember anything as to what happened to that gold or where it is. I've got this neurological condition that just doesn't allow me to remember anything. Well, needless to say, the guys who were suing him weren't happy at all. Went to the court, and the court said, okay, I will order a psychiatric examination. Psychiatrist examined him and said while there were some deficits in his memory, there wasn't anything that was major, and he certainly had a very good memory with an awful lot of things, and he certainly should have a decent memory with respect to location of gold coins, and he spent a lot of time digging out of the ocean floor. Well, deposition was ordered to go forward again, and once again he says, you know, I still can't remember anything, still can't remember anything. Well, the judge wasn't happy with this, and the judge then entered a sanction or civil penalty in the amount of $1,000 a day until Tommy Thompson's memory improved. And that was required of him until such time as he was able to provide pertinent testimony. So what do we learn from this? What we learn from this is that in civil cases, whether it's a car crash, whether it's a property dispute with a neighbor or whatever else, if a witness who should have information and doesn't seem to have any mental impairity that would prevent them from coming up with answers is suddenly feigning an inability to recall, they can be subject to civil penalty in the form of an actual monetary fine. Now, in criminal cases, and remember there's a difference between civil law and criminal law. In criminal cases, witnesses who fail to testify can be subjected to jail time, and we sometimes see that in such things as a serial rape case in which one of the principal witnesses is unwilling and simply does not want to testify. And that person can sometimes be looking at jail time until such time as they are willing to testify. So the point of this is very simple. And the point is that when a witness who does have information and should be able to provide that information fails to do so, the court can impose penalties, and the penalties can consist of, in this instance of Tommy Thompson, a fine of $1,000 a day until he remembers, or in some other instances could actually consist of jail time until the witness comes forth with the information. Okay. We bring you this case, we bring you cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.